More of us are paying attention to energy savings at home, turning off lights, unplugging gadgets, and using more efficient appliances. But do you take that same care at the office? If not, you may soon. Dan Goldstein tells us about offices being required to track energy use, which could very well trickle down to your cubicle.
If you work in the District of Columbia and want to know how green your office is, now you can, thanks to a law this year for buildings over 50,000 square feet. That means property managers like Kathy Barnes are getting ready for big changes.
So the new law is going to require office buildings to have Energy Star certification, which means that they need to benchmark their buildings and sort of manage the electrical consumption that their building is consuming.
Barnes is Senior Vice President with Ackridge in the district. Her company has 10 energy certified properties in the city. The new law isn't an unfunded mandate from bureaucrats, she says, but an opportunity.
That Energy Star label sort of designates your operating expenses in your building as sort of being affordable. That's one of the things that's so good about that. And, utilities are the largest single controllable cost that we have in a building. And if you're a building owner and you're not focusing in on that, then you're going to actually sort of let yourself fall out the market.
And it's a competitive advantage, she says. Ackridge saves about a third on energy costs by making their buildings compliant. Savings they can pass on to their tenants, especially in office vacancies in the city, are more than 10%, even in the high-demand office market of Washington. That's doubly important in a government town like D.C., with 1 out of 4 tenants working for Uncle Sam. If you want to sign a federal tenant to a lease, your building has to be at the highest end of the Energy Star ratings. And it's not only cities like Washington, D.C. that are requiring commercial buildings to show how they're going green. Other cities are getting into the act as well.
In terms of cities, you have Washington, D.C., New York City, Austin, Texas, and Seattle.
Cliff Majerzik of the Institute for Market Transformation, which wrote the D.C. law, says a commercial property's value could soon be enhanced or hurt, depending how much or how little it does to reduce global warming.
Well, so the SEC recently ruled that climate risks need to be disclosed to shareholders. And what that means is that if a company owns a lot of inefficient buildings and those buildings' property value could be impaired by rising energy prices or climate change, then they're going to need to disclose that to the public, to their shareholders.
The law's backers say the new mandate won't be a burden on business. Getting an Energy Star rating can be as simple as the janitor just switching off the lights at night or not running air conditioning on the weekends. A small change that could save more than just dollars and cents. Dan Goldstein, Clean Skies News.
The 2007 energy law signed by President George W. Bush requires federal tenants to lease space in only those buildings that are Energy Star compliant.